boxes, those could have worked. Doesn't feel like we were not.
Oh, yeah. You just have to keep coming back here. So so the stable thing was more about resting, not about going.
I think we literally actually needed to do the time jump to.
Yes. Soon. Hold on. I'm just looking for a giant enough. Blunt object.
You can fuse the design devices, so could the giant wheels work?
Maybe.
You know, that's a big device. That's what she said. Oh, so is that a monster camp like right on the outskirts of... Hey, those are metal boxes. That could work as well.
Iron box.
The problem with this is that the one weapon is a magic rod, so being a magic...
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I will cover that in a minute, because I have a idea here, and then I can come back for the race and maybe stop. Because at this point...
You just need a race.
Special kind of race
To see who's the fastest. Ugh. Ow.
Pac-Man, I'm detecting a lot of activity in your quadrant.
The
activity of my quadrant is just between me and the missus.
It was like the activity of my quadrant is only between me and the missus. Thank you very much. I believe it's the other side. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the sparks.
The problem. Okay. I can take a couple of...
I want to save. And the thing is, it takes like 3 sparks. Because it takes like 3 sparks if you can get like a charge shot or something out.
Oh, damn it. Not big enough.
Yeah, like...
Okay.
Yeah, I think... What you would need to do to break it in one swing, I think you need something with like a really high power, so you would need to take a weapon that's not fused to like...
First of all, if you go into weapons, you can do that.
But I feel like using the magic rod, because it's a really low powered weapon, I feel like it's not enough. You would need to probably start with like a really decent or like high powered like spear or something.
No.
And then fuse a like boulder or spike ball.
I wouldn't... The power of the weapon doesn't matter. You just need a big enough rock breaking tool. We could take a minute.
We also have a lot of...
What?
We also have a lot of monster parts. If you have a monster part,
You just need a big enough, like...
If we had like a big horn or something from an enemy.
You just need a big enough, like, spike ball or rock thing. And I had an idea. All of those island chunks can be moved, and there's just other rock chunks, and that creates like one of the largest rock-based items. I don't believe when you're doing the mining stuff that the base power of the weapon matters. You just need a big enough...
A big, stupid rock. Tilt the camera. Isn't that a... No, wait, those are logs. But can that be fused?
No.
Oh, yeah, it can't be moved with your hands, huh? Yeah, no.
There's a big, stupid rock. It would take that or literally a chunk of island.
So the stupid thing is that the island chunk, you know, those are random, so...
Somewhat random. Sometimes there's just kind of craggy areas. Pretty sure I'm gonna need like the biggest freaking...
Because it's one of those, whenever you need a boulder, you can never find one.
Technically, I think I ran past a boulder, but I wanted to get like the largest like rock chunk because that should...
I think of locations we saw a boulder. Yeah, because we haven't done a lot, because now I can't think of
There's a
one.
few spots I know had some boulders, and we technically ran past one, but I'm not sure if that would be big enough. That's the thing.
Nah, huh. Well, it was small enough, I'm pretty sure the item would have been listed as a rock and not a full boulder, so it probably wouldn't have been big enough.
Oh,
Ooh.
fucking shit.
Well, that's a big damage, because I think you have the stick.
Okay. Exploring for a few. Just miscellaneous large rocks just around. But I want like something super, super large. Because I'm pretty sure it's not the base power of the weapon that matters. It's the size of the like boulder or whatever. So you need something like super heavy. I believe that's how that works. The power, I don't think, matters. I think that was how that worked anyway.
Ow. Ugh.
Stop in a minute. Good lord.
Ugh. Hey, there's an enemy camp. Apparently a shrine.
That looks like a big rock.
What was that item listed as? Hey, it's listed as a boulder. We can try then.
If it's not... If it's not that, I would literally need like a spike ball or a piece of like one of those island chunks that falls.
But again, those falling are stupid random, meaning if you literally need something like that to solve the puzzle, I'm sorry, that's kind of dumb. Because of how fucking random that
Unless
is.
power does play into it. But
Meaning you would need to fuse a boulder to a stronger weapon.
But I don't think power plays into it. Unless it does, in which case I would need to get a big enough...
Because the funny thing is, I feel like because it's a rock and not metal, I think this rock might actually technically be weak. It's the other side. I think this rock might actually technically be weaker than when we fuse the metal crate to
But
this.
the boulders, I believe, have...
But the boulders are more designed to break.
Ah, damn it. This is annoying. Unless it is because
I think we need a stronger weapon, and we need to put a large boulder or spike ball on a stronger weapon. Oh wait, actually, it's about to break. You can save before it. You have that like boulder hammer with the sword that is like that's technically that's ironically because it's a rock hammer. It's weaker power.
I just need, like, it seems like then I need a large enough weapon. And I need to make a large enough weapon and fuse it with, like, the largest piece of, like, rock or metal. And make a hammer weapon.
If you're going to do that because you have a bunch of weapons that are about to break, you should probably like intentionally break a few of those to clear out some room.
I could drop those as well. Get a couple of big swords, and we can see if it is actually weapon power or if it's not power. Oh no, you need a metal spec ball. And that would be the gimmick because you need it.
The thing is, it's one of those, sword is what was highlighted, and sword being highlighted because soldier's claymore.
There's literally like...
Yeah, because that's a two-handed weapon. It's a two-handed weapon and its power is naturally 8.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, how many of you also got a little bit obsessed with trying to break that one rock? I know I wasted a bunch of time, but I wanted to show basically everything that went wrong, because breaking that rock turns into a very weird undertaking, because I personally feel like the overall conveyance for that is somewhat stupid and piss poor, because the way that ultimately pans out, it makes sense, but I think it's a bit dumb, personally. And I wanted to get a general consensus on the topic, just because I wanted to see what people said, if anyone basically also had the same thoughts we did, where you basically thought about, oh, I must need to do this, but then nothing works. When I do solve that, which does take a while, I basically end up smashing the rock super easily, and in hindsight, the way that works makes a lot of sense. But I wanted to see if any of you also got a bit stumped by that and a bit too obsessed with trying to basically smash that thing. So as a weird bonus question that's debatably a better question, did trying to smash that one rock also stump any of you? Because let's be real here, I bet a lot of people did what I did and could not figure out how to smash that rock, which again, I smash it later, and hindsight, I realized this is quite simple, but the problem is this game is open-ended, so the conveyance here I don't think is super good, because later on when I do smash the rock, I smash it in a way that makes good logical sense, but the conveyance of getting to that point, I could actually see a bunch of people doing what I did and not thinking about that, because basically it requires setting up something and due to this game being open, you might not have everything you need, which again is kind of the point, but that creates a problem because that quest does not sound that hard, but then you actually need very specific nonsense to basically win. In that way, this was absolutely stupid. And I mean that in the worst way, but I am starting to ramble. So anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.